Hello, welcome to biology class. I am Shipra from ADARSH MANDIR SHANKAR Mount Abu. For class 11, continue our topic plant kingdom. Today we will study about the bryophytes and pteridophytes. So first, bryophytes. What are bryophytes? Bryophytes are the type of plant group which are advanced from the thelophytes. Thelophytes includes the algae which have the thelloid. Thelloid means bead-like or sac-like structure. But bryophyte is little bit advanced from the thelophytes, and these are known as the amphibians of plant kingdom. What is the meaning of amphibians? Amphibians means they are adapted for land habitat as well as aquatic habitat, but they need water for the reproduction. So these are known as the amphibians of plant kingdom. And their body, the plant body, is divided into leaf, stem and rhizoids, which are less developed. They are not true, they are the false leaf, stem and rhizoids. Rhizoids are the false roots. The function of rhizoids is absorption of water and minerals from the soil. And the main plant body of the bryophyte is haploid. Means the plant body is totally made up of multicellular haploid cells. Haploid means single set of genome is present in the body of gametophyte, which produce the gametes, and gametes are always haploid, so these are known as gametophyte. The main plant body is gametophyte, and the sex organ which are multicellular and develops on the gametophyte. The male sex organs are antheridium and the female sex organs are the archegonium. Archegonium is the flask shape and antheridium is the clusters of the leaves. Now these are the sex organs of the bryophytes, and they develop the gametes. Gametes like antherozoids. Antherozoids are the male gametes which are developed in the antheridium, and egg is developed in the female archegonium. Only one egg is developed in the center of the archegonium. And what happened during the fertilization? Egg is fused with the one antherozoid to produce zygote. Zygote is a single cell, but it is a diploid in nature. Diploid means two sets of genomes are present in the zygote, and it is the first cell of sporophyte. The sporophytic generation is the generation of diploid cells. So zygote produces the sporophyte after mitosis. Mitosis is a type of cell division which maintains the number of chromosomes. And sporophyte is not a free living in the bryophyte, but it is attached with the photosynthetic gametophyte because it can't make its own food by the process of photosynthesis, but the gametophyte contains the chlorophyll pigment. So photosynthesis is possible only in gametophyte. That's why the sporophyte is depend on the gametophyte. You can see here. This is the bryophyte. Is a liverwort. Actually, bryophytes are of two types. It is liverwort and mosses. So, what is the difference between the liverwort and mosses? In the liverwort, you can see the plant body is thelloid, and it is a lobed. It is a lobed, and also it is fixed with the help of rhizoids. These are fiber-like structures are known as the rhizoids, and you can see in the center of this sac-like structure, gametophyte, the gamma cups are present, and gamma cups are the for the reproduction process. They are helpful. And this is the moss. This is moss. This is the second type of bryophyte, and it is divided into. These are the roots. Actually, these are the rhizoids. Rhizoids means they are false roots, and they absorb the water and minerals from the soil. And these are stem-like structure, and these are the leaves-like structure, or these are the capsules in the upside. So this is known as the protonema. So we divide the bryophytes, or bryophytes are of two types, that is liverworts and mosses. The liverworts, the plant body is thelloid. Thelloid means it is not divided into the root, stem and leaves. It is only sac-like, bead-like structure like Markensia. and reproduction by fragmentation or by gamma cups. We have seen already in the specimen. And the second type is the mosses. The first stage of the moss is the protonema. We have seen it is divided into root, stem and seta, that is capsule, which directly develop from the spore. Actually, spores are the haploids, single celled, and it is developed into the protonema. So the protonema, it contains only the haploid cells, and the second stage is leafy stage, which develops from the secondary protonema as a lateral bud, like funaria. Now we come to the pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are known as the reptiles of plant kingdom. Why these are known as the reptiles? Because they are fully adapted for the land habitat. They need not water for reproduction. So they are the fully adapted for land habitat. That's why they are known as the reptiles of plant kingdom. And they are the first terrestrial plant which possess the vascular tissues. Vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem, which are also known as the conductive tissue, because xylem conducts the water and minerals throughout the plant body, and phloem conducts the food in the form of liquid. And the main plant body of pteridophyte is sporophyte. Okay, sporophyte means the body is completely made up by the diploid cells, not haploid cells, and they are differentiated into true root, stem and leaves. They are commonly known as the fern. Like this, you can see in the rainy season, in the humid areas, these are the fern, and you have seen the leaves. These are the leaves and the stem and roots also. So this is the fern, and fern is commonly, these are the pteridophyte, and also contains the xylem and phloem. The leaves of the pteridophytes is of two types, that is microphylls and the macrophylls. Micro means small leaves and macro means large leaves. In the Selaginella, the microphylls are present, but in the fern, you have seen that is fern. In the ferns, the macrophylls are present, and sporophylls. Sporophylls is the type of leaves like appendages bearing the sporangias. Sporangia are the small granular structure which appear on the leaves, and they produce the spores by the meiosis process. Meiosis is a type of cell division by which haploid spores are developed, and by the germination of these spores, they develop into the small thalloid. And thalloid is a free-living, is a multicellular photosynthetic gametophyte, which is known as the prothallus. Okay, so the gametophyte of the pteridophyte is known as the prothallus, and gametophyte bear the antheridia and archegonia. Antheridia is the male sex organs, and archegonia are the female sex organs. And after some time, they develops the male spores and the female spores. And after fertilization, what is fertilization? Fertilization is the fusion of male and female gamete. After the result of the fertilization is zygote. So zygote is a diploid structure, and which produce the multicellular well differentiated sporophyte. And sporophyte is the dominant stage in the pteridophyte. And according to the spores, pteridophytes divide into two categories, that is homospores and heterospores. In the homospores, only one type of spores are formed, but in the heterospores, two types of spores are formed, that is microspores and macrospores. Now pteridophytes are divided into four classes, that is Psilopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida and Pteropsida. For example, Lycopsida, that is Xylopton, Lycopsida, Lycopodium, Sphenopsida, Equisetum and Pteropsida, Pteris. Now what is the difference between the bryophytes and pteridophyte? In the bryophytes, the main plant body is gametophyte, while in the pteridophyte, the main plant body is sporophyte. So alternation of generation is different in both. In the bryophyte, that is haplodiplontic. In bryophyte, diplohaplontic, because diploid stage is stay for large tank. But in the bryophytes, the gametophyte is still for the large tank. So it is all about the bryophyte and pteridophyte. Thank you.